The Chicago Bears are sitting on a ticking time bomb, and every day they wait, their window could slam shut. 2 veteran edge rushers are still sitting on the open market, and if Chicago doesn't make a move, they'll hand their division rivals a massive edge. So today, we're breaking down exactly which of these 2 pass rush monsters belongs in a Bears uniform, and why getting this decision wrong could haunt this franchise for years. If you're fired up about the Bears finally fixing this pass rush problem, smash that like button right now, drop a comment, and subscribe so you never miss a single update on this team. Let me be real with you. The Bears entered this offseason knowing they needed to overhaul that defense. And give them credit, they went out and patched up the linebacker core and the secondary in some really meaningful ways. But the edge, the pass rush, that's been sitting untouched, and at this point, it's the one gaping hole that could stop this team from being a legitimate contender. Fortunately, the market still has some serious talent available, and 2 names keep rising to the top of the conversation. The first name is Joey Bosa. Now, we haven't spent nearly enough time talking about this guy as a genuine fit for Chicago, so let's fix that right now. Bosa just wrapped up a strong campaign with the Buffalo Bills, 29 tackles, 5 sacks, and an absolutely jaw-dropping 5 forced fumbles, which was the most in the entire league. 5. Let that sink in. And here's the thing that people are sleeping on. His advanced numbers were elite. He was generating nearly 50 pressures as a rotational piece. His pass rush win rate sat at 14%. That might not sound dramatic, but league average is around 11%. Bosa was operating well above that threshold, and he was doing it on just 64% of defensive snaps, his highest snap share since 2021. Now, here's where it gets really interesting for Chicago. Austin Booker is going to eat up a major chunk of those edge reps, so you're not asking Bosa to be your every down workhorse. You're plugging him into a rotation at maybe 50% of snaps, letting him be the fresh, dangerous option that keeps opposing offensive lines guessing all night. And with his pressure generation, that's a terrifying proposition for any quarterback. The durability question is fair, though. There were 2 seasons where Bosa missed significant time, and that is absolutely not something you can just wave away. But here's the flip side. Over the past 2 seasons combined, he's missed only 5 total games. 5. Not 5 per year. 5 total. That's a guy who has figured something out about staying on the field, and that matters enormously for what the Bears need right now. Question of the day, and I genuinely want to hear your answer in the comments below. If you're the Bears, do you take the bigger swing on Joey Bosa and his elite pressure numbers? Or do you play it safe with a proven commodity? Drop CJ for Cam Jordan or JB for Joey Bosa. Let's see where this community stands. Because the second name in this conversation is Cam Jordan, and Fox Sports has already gone on record saying Chicago is the team he should sign with next. The connection here is undeniable. Jordan spent a decade with the Saints under defensive coordinator Dennis Allen, from 2015 all the way through 2024. Allen is now running Chicago's defense, and the familiarity between these 2 is the kind of thing money genuinely cannot buy. You don't have to spend a single day installing a scheme or building trust when the player already knows your system inside and out. And the production. Jordan had 10.5 sacks last season. 10.5 sacks at 36 years old. But before you get completely swept away by that number, let's pump the brakes just a little. His PFF pass rush grade landed right around the league average mark, and his pressure win rate came in at 10.7%. That's above average, but it's noticeably behind Bosa's 14%. What that tells us is that some of those sacks likely came from cleanup opportunities rather than consistently winning one-on-one battles at the line of scrimmage. That's not a character attack on Cam Jordan, It's just an honest reading of what the advanced data says. What Jordan does bring that Bosa doesn't is a genuinely higher floor. He's a more reliable run defender. He can kick inside. He's been durable throughout his career. And he already knows exactly what Dennis Allen is going to ask of him on any given play. That certainty, that baseline guarantee of what you're getting, is worth something real. Bosa's range of outcomes is wider in both directions. He could absolutely dominate, or he could be frustrating if his body doesn't cooperate. Jordan gives you a more predictable, consistent contributor. Here's something else worth paying attention to. Mickey Loomis, the Saints general manager, confirmed publicly that New Orleans has a contract sitting on the table for Jordan right now. And Jordan still hasn't signed it. Think about that for a second. This is a man who has played his entire 15-year career with one organization. His preference is clearly to stay in New Orleans. So if he hasn't signed that deal yet, there's a reason. Either the money is underwhelming, the guaranteed role isn't what he wants, or there's a better offer out there that has him waiting. That could absolutely be Chicago knocking on that door. And then there's a third name starting to bubble up, Javion Epinesa, who actually visited Chicago recently. He failed a physical with Cleveland earlier this year, so there are some question marks there physically. But he did post 3 straight 6-sack seasons from 2022 through 2024. He's a tier below Bosa and Jordan in my mind, but he's another legitimate option if the Bears want to quietly raise their floor without making a splashy move. Now, here's a question worth sitting with. Is Chicago really comfortable riding into September without adding a proven edge rusher to this roster? Because the longer this drags out, the more likely one of these guys lands somewhere else. The Bears could very reasonably take their time through OTAs and into mandatory minicamp, evaluate what they have organically, and then make a move closer to training camp. And honestly, a couple of these veterans will probably still be available in July or early August. But if Chicago wants the first pick of the litter, if they want the best available option right now at full health with no other team having sniffed around, the clock is ticking on every single day they wait. Between Joey Bosa and Cam Jordan, both of these guys were genuinely productive last year. One gives you ceiling and pass rush upside. One gives you floor and scheme familiarity. This Bears defense has the pieces to be special, but the edge is the missing ingredient. And the answer is sitting right there on the open market, waiting for Chicago to reach out and grab it. Bear down, Chicago. The move needs to happen. The only question left is which veteran gets to be part of something special on the shores of Lake Michigan this fall.